to a warm climate. Let's just say that. Probably with a promotion.
I think Preston Valley, whoever, Cordis, whoever it is out there ought to put a gate up just south of Sunset Point.
Okay, we're in. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting February 4th, 2020 of the Chino Valley Planning and Zoning Commission.
Commissioner Chair Merritt,
Yes, sir.
can we give the town clerk 30 seconds? She needed to run to get a recorder.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even look up. I was watching
No
the
problem.
clock.
So if we can just like postpone it for like 30 seconds?
Yep.
And
we
then
will,
here
we
she
will
comes.
put it on hold.
Perfect. Thanks.
We got the timer right there.
She ain't getting a break around here.
Give us the high sign when you're ready. All right.
That was the high sign.
Commissioner
Nothing
Welker, will you lead us, or, I'm sorry, McCafferty, lead us in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, we'll all try to settle down now with all the excitement. Okay, so can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, you may. Commissioner Welker,
Here.
Commissioner McCafferty,
Here.
Commissioner Pasiak,
Here.
Commissioner Switzer,
Here.
Commissioner Metters, here, Vice Chair Armstrong,
Here.
and Chair Merritt.
Here. Okay, thank you. Item 4, we're going to ask to continue that to the next meeting. There's a date conflict on our minutes here, and we're just gonna work on approval of what should have said the January 7th meetings of 2020 to the next meeting we have. Okay, item 5, is there any staff reports?
There are no staff reports.
Thank you, sir. So we're going to move forward to item 6A, consideration of possible action regarding a request for approval for the Craftsman Court preliminary plat to subdivide approximately 10 acres into 45 lots with an average lot size of 5,334 square feet, developed in 2 phases. Mr. Cook.
While Will is getting that prepared to present to you, there's a few points of clarification I'd like to make. For point of order, this is a discussion of the preliminary plat. It is not to be a discussion of the lot sizes and setbacks and things like that. All of those things were set during the PAD hearing and approved by council, which went into effect January 19th.
So we are here to approve the plat only.
Correct. So the preliminary plat discussion should revolve around whether the preliminary plat A meets the conceptual drawing of the PAD, which was approved, and B, if all of the submittal requirements were met as contained in the code 5.2.3.
Okay.
Alrighty. Chair and Commissioners, the item before you is the preliminary plat request for Craftsman Court. The applicant, Paul Islanian, who is a member of the Arizona Development Company, is representing this project and is in the audience this evening. You may remember this item came before you guys back in November 5th for a zone change in which they requested a change from AR5 to a SR 0.16 with a planned area development. It later went to the town council on December 10th and was approved, and the zone change took effect on January 19th of this year. Just a little refresher as to where this property is located. It is located at the southeast corner of Juniper Drive and North Road 1 East. Directly to the north is the Colonial Villas subdivision. And then to the west is Country West Manufactured Home Park, the Roadrunner Mobile Home Park, and the Walker Estates subdivision. And then to the east is the Chino Meadows subdivision and Highlands Ranch subdivision. This property is approximately 10 acres, and its current use is a single-family residence. So the preliminary plat itself was reviewed by both Development Services and the Public Works Department to check for completeness in the UDO, for the UDO, as Josh just described to you guys. Staff found that it was both in compliance with the code as well as in compliance with the the planned area development that was approved. There were just a couple small corrections that we would like to see that can be addressed in the technical review aspect or the final plat aspect for this subdivision. Specifically, it would be the proposed setback table. These setbacks are no longer proposed; they are adopted through the zone change, through the preliminary or through the planned area development. And then there are just minor things as far as along North Road 1 East in regards to sidewalk and landscape. We want to make sure that that is shown on the plat itself going forward. There was a error in regards to staff report on page 3, the third paragraph in which the second sentence states that per the Public Works Director, plans for the North Road 1 East will be deferred as it is contingent upon the future development and expansion of this road. This statement is incorrect and staff has corrected this. They are still to be held to standards of the UDO, which is the 6-foot sidewalk and the 8-foot landscape strip behind the sidewalk. This statement caused some confusion for staff, and to hopefully alleviate some of this confusion, I included a clip from the December 10th council meeting in which Alex Lerma presented the item to council regarding these improvements along this roadway. I'll go ahead and, play that for you guys here.
So, what they're proposing is leaving the landscaping the same. They're gonna be locating landscaping along Road 1 East, Juniper Drive, and internally within all the front of all the lots. But what changes is the sidewalk. What they're proposing is to have the sidewalk along Road 1 East within the local street internally with the subdivision stopping here, and then having it on the other side of the street here. Typically, what this is having a sidewalk only on one side of the street, internally within that subdivision, but externally within Juniper Drive and Road 1 East, they will be providing the sidewalk.
Okay. I don't know if that helped alleviate the concerns in regards
For me,
to.
what I heard is a lot of echo, but
Oh,
if you could just briefly run through
Sure.
that just to make sure everybody's on the same page.
okay. Let me get back here. Hang on. So on the Craftsman Court plat, we have an omission as far as sidewalks and landscaping along Road 1 East. This omission was an error due to staff. We had assumed that there was going to be a deferral, and that was an error on our part. They're going to be held to the same standards of the UDO, which is a 6-foot sidewalk and an 8-foot landscape strip behind the sidewalk. We're just wanting to make sure that that is represented in this meeting as well as in the plat.
Okay, and that's what we had talked about in our
Correct.
first look at it.
Correct.
Okay.
It was just an omission as far as on the plat itself, and we just want to make note of that. Is there any other questions regarding the plat or this specific topic regarding sidewalks or landscape?
We had a couple observations.
Sure.
Gary?
One comment is that note 3
Mm-hmm.
on the preliminary plat states that there's a 1-foot non-vehicle access easement on Juniper Drive, and that is not shown on the plat. There's a note on the plat, but if you look at the plat itself, you'll see the 1-foot non-vehicle access easement on Road 1 East. If you look at lot number 13, you'll see where it's indicated.
Correct,
But
yes.
there's no indication on Juniper Drive as to the 1-foot non-vehicle access easement, so it's a fairly easy fix for the engineer. to
Okay.
Put it on the plan.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We'll make sure to address that with pursuing forward before council.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the owner had requested that anyway, so.
Okay.
Anybody else have any comments or questions? All right.
Alrighty. It's gonna be pretty short and sweet as far as if we have no further questions or concerns regarding this, I would like to just state that staff recommends approval, or recommends that the Planning and Zoning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to Town Council to approve Craftsman Court Phase 1 and Phase 2 preliminary plat subdividing approximately 10 acres into 45 lots with an average lot size of 5,334 square feet.
Okay, thank you. Would it be appropriate to have the owner come up and speak a minute?
It's definitely appropriate. As it's a public hearing, I would recommend that the applicant speak if he has questions, or if you have questions for him. Also, to allow staff to discuss as well.
Okay, thank you. If you'd like to step up to the podium and state your name, that'd be great.
I'm Paul Oslanian, Arizona Development Company, representing myself and my partner Shirley Nelson. That was a good catch, by the way. Thank you for finding that. It's kind of hard when you're looking at the fine print on something shrunk down, but that was something that was overlooked moving to that. But we want that. We want the 1 foot no vehicular access, because we don't want a bunch of people trying to make application to go out onto that road.
Neither do we.
Yeah, none of us do. That's right. And then the whole idea of Road 1 East, I was looking at the conditions that it was approved, and it's in here also, as part of the conditions of approval, it's stated clearly in there. So I think it's just a matter of, like you say, the correction in yours. But I think if I'm not telling you guys what to do, but if you tie back into the original approval, how that was done at the planning and zoning, it would be, at the PUD overlay, it would be just the same as the rezoning, those conditions, because they were approved that way, right?
All stipulations that were adopted and approved during the PAD, will be followed.
Right.
Both by us as well as you.
And that was a condition of that approval. Those were, yeah.
I don't remember. I'll have
Okay.
to review that.
So, I don't have anything else, but I'm available for questions if anybody had any questions.
Do any of the commissioners have any questions or comments?
I think we covered a lot of pretty much everything the last time through. I just would say that I appreciate working with the town. They've been good to work with, and we're trying to move forward with a quality project here, and we're anxious to keep it moving forward. So appreciate that. Any changes we need to make or adjustments like that 1 foot no vehicular easement, we can get that done before council. Not a big deal. It can be done quickly. So.
Yeah, or we can just include that as a condition of approval for the preliminary plat to council.
I'd like to do that tonight if we could, just to make sure we got as many bases covered as we could.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Marbury, you had something I also wanted to ask you to step up to the podium, because I have a couple of questions for you too.
Thank you. Frank Marbury, town engineer. Just wanted to make a comment that engineering does have a couple questions concerning some of the technical aspects of the survey portion of the plat, and we'll work with the applicant to straighten that out prior to council. I don't think it'll affect the layout of the plat, but we just want to clarify, make sure we're comfortable with the boundary survey dimensions and things like that. So
And that's the kind of thing that would be handled through your technical review anyways, yes?
I would think so, wouldn't it, Josh, that's even acceptable in technical review to take care of that before final plat?
Yeah, all of that will need to be taken care of during technical review
Okay.
before we bring the final plat back to planning commission or council.
Okay, thanks for noting that. And I'm bringing this up only because this comes up every time we have a cul-de-sac or any sharp turns in a subdivision. You guys have, the engineering department has checked with the fire department and the school district, and those vehicles are all able to do what they're legally supposed to be able to do on the roads in there.
We will, we have and we will. We'll get written sign off, at least from the fire department, which has the same turning radius as a school bus. through the technical review process. I'm not a huge fan of the utility easements outside the right of way, but if there's no room for utilities, that we may have to live with that. But we think the radiuses are probably gonna go work for the fire trucks and the school buses, but we'll again make sure to verify that through the technical review.
Okay, and we kind of have a gentleman's agreement with the school district that we give them opportunity for input.
Absolutely, especially since I'm working for them on a project right now. So.
Okay, good. Just wanted to touch base on that because it always comes up, and we just want to stay ahead of the game there.
Sure, we'll do. We'll make sure to note that.
Okay. We had some comments about the sidewalk, the corrections on the plat. Do we need to make that noted again, or can we use the meeting minutes to cover that as part of our corrections that we want to see?
What comments?
Well, there was some discussion about the sidewalks that was brought up.
It's in the ordinance.
Okay, so the ordinance has that covered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have any confusion with that then?
No, the ordinance and the conceptual drawings show where the sidewalks and should be located within the plat.
Okay. So the only thing that I see that we may want to add to our moving forward is the 1 foot non-vehicular access on Juniper Drive.
That's correct.
Okay, so when we make a recommendation, we'll have that wordage put in there. Okay, is there any other questions from the staff or the commission? Okay, so we're gonna open up this next part of the meeting to the public to offer comments on this. Is there anybody that would like to step up to the podium and speak in one way or the other? Okay, so nobody's volunteering. We're gonna close that portion of the meeting. And if there's no further discussion by the commission, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, recommend Planning and Zoning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to Town Council to approve Craftsman Court Phase 1 and Phase 2 preliminary plat subdividing approximately 10 acres into 45 lots with an average lot size of 5,334 square feet.
Don't forget your 1 foot non-vehicular access.
And in section 13, the developer must provide a 1 foot non-vehicular access easement along Road 1 East and Juniper Drive.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and we have a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Thank you. So we're gonna move forward to item 7, non-public hearing action items. Do we have any of those?
I apologize. I missed that. I was talking.
That's all right. Do we have any non-public hearing action items?
No, there aren't.
Okay, any discussion items, which is item 8?
Not tonight.
Okay, so we're gonna come to item 9, which is public comments. This is a call to the public, and it's an opportunity for the public to address the commission on any issue within the jurisdiction of the commission that is not on the agenda. Public comment is encouraged. You will be allowed to speak for 3 minutes. Anybody like to step up to the podium? No brave souls here tonight. All right. Moving forward to item 10, which is a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I'll
We have
second.
a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, commission. Thank you, town staff.
That doesn't break the record for the fastest meeting ever. It's close, but it doesn't break the record.